All right, example 2. Use unit multipliers to convert 15,740,000 square centimeters to square kilometers. This time we have square units. Keep in mind that squaring the unit does not square the number. So 15,740,000 is happening one time. The unit of centimeters is happening twice. And if I haven't already shown you this, I'm going to show you this today because it will save us a lot of room on our paper. Usually what I do is I write centimeter, centimeter, right? I'm going to write centimeters squared here and work with it that way. I still am going from centimeters to meters to kilometers, but now I want to get square centimeters to square meters and square meters to square kilometers. So, first off, again, the fact I know about these units is 100 centimeters is equal to 1 meter. And positioning things where they go, since centimeters is the numerator, I put centimeters in the denominator for cancellation purposes. But again, this says centimeters squared, that just says centimeters. So I need this to be square centimeters, so I'm going to square this fraction that I'm multiplying by. What that squares is not just the centimeters, but also squares 100, squares m, and squares 1. Everything's squared all together. So this is now officially centimeters squared. This is also centimeters squared. Those legally cancel out. Then if I move on to meters to kilometers, I want meters to go away. Meters is right now in the numerator. I want kilometers to become the new thing. That's going to go in the numerator. Meters in the denominator. 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. But again, this isn't just meters. It's actually meters squared. Don't lose track of the fact that if it's in parentheses, it's squared. That means it's squared. This is meters squared. This has to be meters squared. So I'm going to square this entire fraction also. Meters squared happening here. Meters squared happening here. Cancel. Leaving me with kilometers squared. And that leaves me with kilometers squared, which is what I want, square kilometers. And again, I've got a bunch of numbers. That's on top. Both of these are on the bottom. This is actually 100 squared. That's actually 1,000 squared on the bottom, though. So when I type in my calculator, I'm going to go 15,740,000 divided by 100 squared divided by 1,000 squared. Some calculators have a square button, some calculators just have that caret button. Mine happens to have both. It's got a square button right there, it's got a caret button, so caret 2 does that too, so take your pick. 15,740,000 divided by 100 squared divided by 1,000 squared. You want caret 2? Fine. Caret 2. Take your pick. They do the same thing. But again, divided by this and divided by this. Each thing's on the bottom is going to be divided by. That's how your calculator has to see it in order to know what you're talking about. And we get 0.001574. Does that seem a little low to people? That's a really large number there. Square centimeters, right? Right. A square kilometer, you walk a kilometer that way. You take a right, you walk a kilometer that way, that's a square kilometer. Okay. A square centimeter, you walk a centimeter that way and a centimeter that way. Right? So it takes a whole lot of square centimeters to make 1 square kilometer. In fact, it takes more than 15,740,000 of them. So just know that when you're dealing with square unit conversions, especially going from really small to a really big, the numbers are going to get a lot smaller, a lot quicker, vice versa. If you're going from really big to really small, the number's going to get a lot larger, a lot quicker. So keep that in mind as you're dealing with these units.